I feel your enthusiasm. Welcome, everybody, to the American Homebrewers Association National Homebrew Competition Award Ceremony. Being broadcast to you live, by the way, from San Diego during HomebrewCon. Has everyone had a great week? Yes. I've had a great week, and you know what? It's still going. It is still going. My name's Julia Herz. I'm your Executive Director of the American Homebrewers Association, and I'm here to say, hold on to your hats, sit in your seats. Don't change that dial, because who ends up on this stage is dubbed of having represented the best homebrew styles in the world. So congratulations in advance. Now, before we get started, as with any national organization effort, we have to give ode and due to our amazing sponsors. Thank you so much to the gold sponsors. And as we hover on these logos and you see some of these familiar names, we couldn't all be homebrewing without the support of what you all bring to us to allow us to advance our craft. So thank you. Thank you so much to our gold sponsors. All right, and to our bronze and silver sponsors. When you see these logos, we want you to remember they are there day in and day out, wanting to help us, wanting to support homebrew shops, wanting to support homebrewers in what we need. And the collective communication that I saw this week during the expo was incredible, from homebrewer to supplier and back and forth. It was truly heartwarming. So y'all ready for our first award? Psych. Before I do that, I do want to say thank you to the Beer Judge Certification Program, whose volunteer judges, I being one as a judge, really helped bring NHC to life. Really. Big shout out to Beer Judge Certification Program. Thank you so much. And thanks to Justin Crossley and the team at the Brewing Network, who is, as I mentioned, streaming this live. We often have thousands, if not 10,000s of views over time, so behave yourselves. But be rowdy, have fun, celebrate everybody that ends up on this stage, and thank you, Brewing Network. All right, so, Radagast Club of the Year. I'm going to describe this award for just a moment, but while I'm doing that, we want to say thank you to Yakima Chief Hops, and I want to call up to the stage Wage Brumett and Luke Edward to announce the actual winner. And while they're coming up on stage, we're going to share with you the fact that Radagast is about identifying a club that rises above the rest. It is a top-of-class homebrew club award that represents a club that is engaged in diversity, education, homebrewing promotion, and you know what? Overall flippin' awesomeness. So, Radagast Club of the Year Award, please let us know our winner.
Hello, everybody. It's been a great week. We're excited to be here. We love sponsoring this award. My name is Wade Brumett. This is Luke Edward here with Yakima Chief. And without further ado, the Radagast Club of the Year Award winner is the Horsemen of the Apocalypse out of Fort Worth, Texas.
So guys, you're going to stand right in this box here, inside the box, and then they'll go in the middle of us. I'll be on the end here. Woo! Congratulations. You're going to stand inside the box. Congrats. Big deal. Thank you. Inside the box, everyone, and to the left. You're going to stand to the left of this line. All the way to the left of this line. All right, I'm going to squeak in. Woo! All right, and you're going to exit that way. Exit that way. Big deal. Thank you. Congratulations. I would love to go homebrew with that club. Please invite me. All right, next award. American Homebrewers Association Homebrew Shop of the Year Award is a long-standing award. And to announce and thank for helping us with this award, sponsored by BSG Handcraft, is Matt Bowling and Ella Sorka. Please come up and you're going to announce the winner. And while they're walking up here, this is about community support, shops that support education, shops that really engage with homebrewers in a way that is top of class.
Hello, HomebrewCon! How we doing out there? Come on, HomebrewCon! All right. I got to tone it down. I project very well. I don't want to scream your ear off. My name is Matt Bowling. I'm the marketing manager for Brewers Supply Group. I want to thank the Brewers Association and the AHA and Julia for having us here today to announce the winner of the Homebrew Supply Shop of the Year Award. This award is really important to us at BSG because we see homebrew retailers as the lifeblood of this entire industry, this entire hobby. And actually, before we announce the award, what I'd like to do is invite anybody who is a homebrew retailer or on that side of the industry, owns a shop, whatever, if you could stand up real quick. I want everybody to give these folks a round of applause. Absolutely. These folks are out there keeping this hobby growing and every single day providing you the great customer service that you need and you appreciate. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my colleague Ilya Soroka, and he is going to announce the winner of this year's Homebrew Supply Shop of the Year.
Hello. This year's winner, I've had the good fortune to know and work with since 2014. Couldn't be a more deserving winner. They have a beautiful store. They support their local homebrew community. And without further ado, Homebrew Shop of the Year for 23 is Patriot Brewery and Homebrew Supply of Elkhorn, Nebraska.
Woo! Right here. So don't go past here. Stay in this box. Why don't you hand it when she arrives? Jennifer? Yes, thanks for coming in.
So while we've got Jennifer Misfeld with Patriot Homebrew Supply coming up to accept the award. Oh, am I in there too? Okay.
Congratulations. Thanks.
Real quick, one more thing. As part of our sponsorship of this award, we are really want to encourage people to be nominating their homebrew supply shop. And as part of this, we actually encourage people to nominate their shops by giving out a $1,000 gift card to one person who nominated the winning shop. Per request, we're actually going to be splitting that up this year into 4 $250 gift cards. So the winner of those $250 gift cards all nominated Patriot as the shop of the year. Those are going to be going to Brian Kaiser, Steve Reed, Chris Shent, and Bill Lumen. We'll be in touch.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a gift card to your shop, please be sure to nominate your shop for Homebrew Supply Shop of the Year starting in January, deadline sometime in mid-May. So please nominate your shops. Keep supporting the local shops. Have a great HomebrewCon, everybody.
Right on. Thank you much thank you. Really, big deal. So now, we might get to some actual individual awards. Should we do that? I think we should. I couldn't be more excited to introduce and bring up on stage my colleague, Chris Williams, Competition Director. Welcome, Chris, please.
Hey everybody, how's it doing? Happy HomebrewCon! All right. Beautiful place that we are. What an awesome week. Such great weather. We brought the sunshine here.
Yes.
You know, it seems like for a month they had no sunshine for a while. So thanks for bringing it out here, guys. Hold on one second here.
We'll just debate the weather.
All right. So little housekeeping before we begin. So we'll go through some stats in just a second here. As you guys come up, should you be so fortunate to hear your name, come up on the left side of the stage. You will collect your medal from my colleagues over here. Come up, dance your way, moonwalk your way, jump your way on stage, take a picture with my colleague Julia over here. Make sure you stay just inside the box so you can be in the photo, and then you can dazzle your way off the stage and celebrate with your friends. Once we finish up the award ceremony, stick around because we're going to take a big group photo that we want to feature in Zymergy magazine. So we're going to have all the winners come up here, collect down this aisle that you see right here. We're going to have myself and our creative director Luke guiding you guys, and all you beautiful faces that are in the audience, stick around too because we want to have you there too. So let's stick around, make sure we have an awesome photo showing right at the end of this award ceremony. And without further ado, let's get started. Let's talk about the National Homebrew Competition for 2023. So as you can see on the screen, we had brewers, 1,708 brewers from all around the country and actually all around the world. It doesn't say this on here, but we had entries from 13 different countries, all 50 states in the United States, including Washington, D.C. as well, including 4,335 entries. These were judged in the final round by 145 judges and in 40 different award categories. Now the judge count goes way up because you start to think about all the regional judging we do at all the first round sites. Hundreds of judges over 9 first round sites. So let's keep going. As we move along, we're gonna do a bunch of thank yous here. Let's thank you to all of our NHC sponsors, Beer Awards Platform, Siebel Institute of Technology, Tilt, and Yakima Chief Hops. We could not do it without these folks, so big shout out. I'm sure you've been saying your thank yous, getting to meet these people throughout the week, but we could not do it without them. I do want to make an explicit shout out. The Beer Awards platform was a new system for us to use this year, and those folks were incredibly helpful. The software was very well received by judges and entrants, so I want to say thank you for being so receptive and so helpful throughout the process to the Beer Awards platform. And I hope that maybe some of you folks that are running competitions wind up going that way, using those for your own competitions. All right, and we also want to thank all of our National Homebrew Competition award sponsors. These are for our major awards at the end of the competition. We'll announce these after we do all of the category awards. But thank you to all the folks you see up here on the screen. We really could not do it without them. We'll have some of those folks, some of those friends coming up here to present those awards a little bit later in the award ceremony. And moving along, more thank yous. I really want to put a huge shout out. This competition, for anybody who's familiar, over the history of this competition, we moved back to our regional first round site competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah.
Right.
That is cool for a bunch of reasons. But what is most amazing about all of this is the people who helped to put these regional first rounds on. Now, I know we see some names up on the screen. These are the people that we work most directly with, but this is not inclusive of all the amazing people that it takes to put on these first round regional sites. So even if your name's not up there, you know who you are, you know the work you did, and thank you for all of your work. I'm gonna run through all these names. Thank you from Chicago for Jim Vonderchek, David Fetty, Jeff Welpley, and that whole team. In Denver, Don Blake, Greg Toothaker, and that whole team. Indianapolis, Sandy Cockerham, Brady Smith, and John Allison. From Kansas City, Jason Elder and John Daly. In New York, Katie Sloan, Andy Davies, and John Pazuski. From Philadelphia, Brian Pylant, Kevin Clare, and Chaya Stevens. In Seattle, Peter Bergler, Mike Brennan, and Tim Lieber.
Yeah.
In San Diego, Joaquin Carroz, Garen Varner, Ben Freimark. It's because we're in their hometown. And in Tampa, Jeff Gladish, Chris Mick Alexander, and Gemma Adele. Thank you so much to all of you first round folks. We really could not do this without you. It's what drives it. I think it helps drive the community all around the country as well. So thank you so much for helping us put this on and driving this competition up to the final round. And moving to that, let's thank our final National Homebrew Competition team. Again, there's some names up here, not inclusive of everyone. So you know who you are, and thank you so much to everyone. But specifically want to call out Joaquin Carroz and the Quaff team. You guys are awesome. Thank you for running the cellar crew, for getting the entries received and sorted. I don't know if everybody knows this, but all the final round entries, we had just around 1,000 entries that came in. It was about 16 pallets of beer that these folks went through and sorted and consolidated down into 3 pallets of beer in about 1 day. So thank you, everyone, for all your hard work with that. I also want to thank Sandy Cockerham for helping with some judge organization and many other things. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you. And then thank you to Millie Schamberger from our Brewers Association team, basically my right-hand person throughout this thing. Thank you for all your hard work. You might know this last name. John Moorhead stepped in and helped out on site. John used to do this thing. Yeah, it was great to see him around, right? But thank you to everyone. Even if your name's not listed in here, please know that you are very, very much, we are so thankful to have you on the team. But couldn't do it without you. So finally, thank you to all the judges, stewards, cellar crews from all the teams. Final round. Thanks for making this such an amazing competition. All right. I've been stringing you guys along for too long. So let's move on and do some awards. All right. So we're going to start with these competition medal winners. We will start with Category 1, Pale American Beer, 123 entries. The bronze goes to Evan Brill from Louisville, Kentucky, Louisville Area Grain and Extract Research Society, the Loggers, with an American lager. Silver goes to Caleb Meinke from Cambridge, Wisconsin, Madison Homebrewers and Tasters, American Light Lager. And the gold goes to Mike Gallagher from Charleston, South Carolina, Low Country Libations with a cream ale. Category 2, Pale European Beer, 131 entries. The bronze goes to Jason Lorenz from Taylor, Michigan with Motor City Mashers.
Come on up.
Yeah, we want to hear more of that. Keep going. Silver goes to Wayne Doucette, Big Lake, Minnesota, River City Brewers with an International Pale Lager. And the gold goes to Metz Potter from Mora, Ohio with Bloetarian Brewing League with a Kolsch. I'll pause quickly to let everybody know that if you see an entry category that has just about 160 entries or more, it was an extremely competitive category. And I say that because we're moving on to Category 3, which was Pilsner, with 211 entries, the most entered category in the competition.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So knowing that, be very proud of these awards.
And you're going to exit that way.
The bronze goes to Gregory Reinhardt from Abingdon, Virginia, with Stooges Brew Club and a New Zealand Pilsner. The silver goes to Ravi Narkis from Richland, Washington, with a New Zealand Pilsner. Popular New Zealand Pilsners this year. And the gold goes to Jared Amen from Ann Arbor, Michigan, with Ann Arbor Brewers Guild, a German Pils. Next is Category 4, Pale Malty European Beer, 131 entries. The bronze goes to Jonathan Hughes from Moses Lake, Washington, with a Munich Helles. Silver goes to Chad Medford from Moore, Oklahoma, Red Earth Brewers, a Munich Helles. The gold goes to Alex Rizmersky, Louisville, Kentucky, with Louisville Area Grain and Extract Research Society, the Loggers, another one, a Fest beer. Category 5, Amber European Beer with 155 entries, pretty competitive. The bronze goes to Nicholas LaFond, St. Anne, Illinois, with a Czech Amber Lager. Silver goes to Andy Cox from Wilton, Connecticut, with Underground Brewers of Connecticut and a Vienna Lager. And the gold goes to Shane Sprague and Chris Cole from Irvine, California, with the OC Mashups, a Vienna Lager. Next is Category 6, Dark European Lager, 159 entries. Bronze goes to Jason Slosted and Eric Lewis, Caledonia, Wisconsin, with a Munich Dunkel. Silver goes to Robert Abbott from Chester, New Hampshire, BrewTubers Online Brew Club, International Dark Lager. And the gold goes to Jason Dunn, Corona, California, Inland Empire Brewers, Czech Dark Lager. Yummy. All right, moving on to Category 7, American Wheat and Blonde, with 71 entries. The bronze goes to Zach Koslow from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Three Rivers Alliance of Serious Homebrewers, with an American wheat beer. The silver goes to Rodolfo Valadares from Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City Beermeisters, and a blonde ale. And the gold goes to Bryce Hunter, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Quaff, blonde ale. Next is Category 8, German Wheat and Rye Beer, with 95 entries. The bronze goes to Paul Brown, Pinole, California, Diablo Order of the Miracle Enthusiast, Doze, with a Weizenbach. And silver goes to Dustin Striplin and Jamie Striplin from Tacoma, Washington, Browns Point Homebrew Club. All right. Love that you guys are all here for this. And the gold goes to Joseph Hertz from Valrico, Florida, Brandon Bootleggers Homebrew Club, Dunkel's Weissbier. Next is Category 9, Pale British Ale, with 132 entries. The bronze goes to Dan Searcy and Sally Crossan from Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City Beermeisters, Strong Bitter. The silver goes to Alex Segan from Brooklyn, New York, New York City Homebrewers Guild, British Golden Ale. And the gold goes to Mark Kunzelman from St. Louis, Missouri, St. Louis Brews, with an Australian Sparkling Ale. Next is Category 10, the Scottish and Irish Ale category, 106 entries. The bronze goes to John Hunn from Springfield, Missouri, Zymergist of the Ozarks, with a Scottish Heavy. Silver goes to James Matthews from Arnold, Missouri, with a Scottish Export. A lot of Midwest. And the gold goes to Richard Shaw from Baldwinsville, New York, Irish Red Ale. Category 11, American Pale Ale, 123 entries. The bronze goes to Steve Gardner from Greenville, South Carolina, with American Pale Ale, which they all are. The silver goes to Russell Berger from Portland, Oregon, Portland Brewers Collective. Yeah. And the gold goes to Brandon Holt and Kevin Holt from San Diego, California, Quaff. Moving on to Category 12, American and Brown American Ale, or Amber and Brown American Ale. 133 entries. The bronze goes to Bob Rouse from College Park, Maryland, California Common. Silver goes to Keith Wright from Mustang, Oklahoma, with Red Earth Brewers, American Brown Ale. And the gold goes to Mike Butler and Stephanie Butler from Olathe, Kansas, Kansas City Beermeisters, American Amber Ale. Category 13, Brown British Beer, 137 entries. Bronze goes to Dan Searcy and Sally Crossan from Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City Beersmeisters. An English Porter. Silver goes to Mike Gallagher from Charleston, South Carolina. Low Country Libations with a dark mild. And the gold goes to Stephen Schmidt from Evanston, Illinois. Evanston Homebrew Club, an English Porter. Moving on to category 14, Irish and British Stout with 161 entries. 161, that means that's real competitive. Top 4 right there. So the bronze goes to Christopher Johnson from San Diego, California. Quaff, Irish Extra Stout. Racking them up. The silver goes to Richard Shaw from Baldwinsville, New York. Irish Stout. And the gold goes to Chris Hunter from Martinsville, Indiana. Artesian Homebrewers with a sweet stout. Category 15, American Porter and Stout, 136 entries. Bronze goes to Brian Smith, Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Brew Clear Homebrew Club with a pre-pro porter. Silver goes to Mike Rousseau from Charleston, South Carolina, an American Porter. And the gold goes to Christian Chandler from Chandler, Arizona, Arizona Society of Homebrewers, American Porter. Next is American IPA with 153 entries. This is big, surprisingly not the biggest. 153 entries. The bronze goes to John and Stephanie Mears from Simsbury, Connecticut. Silver goes to Nicholas McCoy from Soxy, Texas with Draft Punk. And the gold goes to Christopher Burgess from Castle Rock, Colorado. 39N Homebrewers. Category 17, Specialty IPA, 115 entries. The bronze goes to Kevin Kiernan, Washington, D.C. with the D.C. Homebrewers. Silver goes to Kevin and Kazuko Mazarek from San Diego, California. Co-op, the Specialty IPA. And the gold goes to Robert Nipper from San Marcos, California, Society of Barley Engineers, and a rye IPA. Next is category 18, Hazy IPA. This was the second most entered category in the competition with 168 entries. The bronze goes to David Howell from Springfield, Missouri with Them Beer Knobbers, Hazy IPA. Silver goes to Peter Cook from Bridgewater, New Jersey, Garden State Homebrewers. And the gold goes to John Dieter from Concord, Ohio, Brewley Homebrew Club. Next is category 19, Strong American Ale, 107 entries. The bronze goes to Simon Svensson from Molnica, Sweden, with a wheat wine. You're here. All right. It's a long way to come for this. The silver goes to Michael Moody, Jacksonville, Oregon, double IPA. And the gold goes to Larry and Donna Reuter from Akron, Ohio, Society of Akron Area Zymergists, SAS, with an American barley wine. Next is category 20, Strong European Lager with 76 entries. The bronze goes to Andy Cox from Wilton, Connecticut, Underground Brewers of Connecticut, and a Doppelbock. The silver goes to Stephanie Butler and Mike Butler from Olathe, Kansas, Kansas City Beermeisters. Doppelbach. Note how I said that, Stephanie and Mike. And the gold goes to Kevin Olson from Raymore, Missouri. ZZ Hops Homebrewing Club, a Dunkelsbach. Next is category 21, Strong British Ale, 77 entries. Bronze goes to Kenneth Berry, McKinleyville, California, Humboldt Homebrewers with an Old Ale. The silver goes to Jim Satin, Brooklyn, Michigan, Ann Arbor Brewers Guild with an Old Ale. And the gold goes to Lucas Orr, San Diego, California, Croft, Wee Heavy. All right. That was fun. Moving on to category 22, Imperial Porter and Stout with 144 entries. The bronze goes to Tim Bickle, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Red Earth Brewers, Baltic Porter. Doing all right. Silver goes to Frank Wilkinson, Ambler, Pennsylvania, Imperial Stout. And the gold goes to John Heasley, Portland, Oregon, the Brewing Network, with a Baltic Porter. Next is category 23, Saison, with 94 entries. Bronze goes to John Weaver, Naples, Florida, with a Saison. They're all Saisons. The silver goes to Daniel Cookuk from Detroit, Michigan, Motor City Mashers. I hope I said your name right. All right. And the gold goes to Keith Blanchard from Chatham Township, New Jersey, Morris Area Society of Homebrewers. Next is category 24, Belgian Ale with 114 entries. The bronze goes to Matt and Courtney Castellino and Todd Slater, Thousand Oaks, California, Thousand Oaks Homebrewers, with a Bière de Garde. Silver goes to Dwayne Jennis, Worcester, Mass, with Wizards, Belgian Blonde Ale. And the gold goes to Phil LaFleur from Loveland, Colorado, with Wise Guys Homebrew Club, Belgian Single. Moving on to category 25, Strong Belgian Ale, 100 entries. The bronze goes to Mike Johnson, Salt Lake City, Utah, Zion Zymergis Homebrew Operative Society, with a Belgian Tripel. The silver goes to Jose Gutierrez from Edwards, California, brewing enthusiast of the Antelope Valley region, or Beaver, Belgian Golden Strong Ale. And the gold goes to Duke Osterberry from Ferndale, Michigan, Belgian Dark Strong Ale. Got our Michigan folks over here. Next is category 26, European Sour Ale, 162 entries. Top four. The bronze goes to Kevin Wojdak from Elk Grove Village, Illinois, Urban Knaves of Grain, with a Goose. Silver goes to Joshua Cotton, Brooklyn, New York, New York City Homebrewers Guild, Berliner Weiss. And the gold goes to Jeff Blair, Kansas City, Missouri, with a Lambic. Jeff Baer, apologies. Next is category 27, Fruit Beer, 144 entries. The bronze goes to Jose Gomera and Albania Morales, East Patchogue, New York, Fruit Beer. Silver goes to Will Dull, Apopka, Florida, Brew Club of Seminole County, with a specialty fruit beer. And the gold goes to Jamie and Cody Naramore from Quinamo, Kansas, Kansas City Beermeisters, Katharina Sour. I didn't know how to say Quinamo before this. Moving on to category 28, Spiced Beer, 132 entries. The bronze goes to Rob Hardesty, Fort Collins, Colorado, Liquid Poets, Spice Herb and Vegetable Beer. Silver goes to James Braymeyer from Mount Airy, Maryland, Spice Herb or Vegetable Beer. And the gold goes to Jonathan Eccles from Savannah, Georgia, Savannah Brewers League, Specialty Spice Beer. Right on. Next is category 29, Seasonal Spice Beer with 39 entries. The bronze goes to Joel McGormley from Zionsville, Indiana, Autumn Seasonal Beer. Michigan and Indiana over here. Silver goes to Scott Rivola from San Diego, California, Quaff, Winter Seasonal Beer. And the gold goes to Jason Bryant, Herndon, Virginia, Warthogs, Autumn Seasonal Beer. Next is category 30, Smoke Flavored Beer with 78 entries. The bronze goes to Michael Beck, Griffith, Indiana, Ileana Beer Rackers Union, or iBrew, with a Lichtenhainer. Silver is Keith Lotes, Seven Hills, Ohio, a Rausch beer. And the gold goes to Randy Daniels and Casey McKinney, Des Moines, Iowa, Iowa Brewers Union, Rausch beer. All right, moving on to category 31, wood-aged beer with 103 entries. The bronze goes to Mark DeBro, Wimberley, Texas, specialty wood-aged beer. The silver goes to Joel McGormley, Zionsville, Indiana, with specialty wood-aged beer. And the gold goes to category 30, David Moore and David Harbick, Carlsbad, California, with Quaff, specialty wood-aged beer. A tight race up here. Next is category 32, American Wild Ale with 91 entries. The bronze goes to Dwayne Haynes, military dress out there, Brett Beer. Right on. It's a lot of work to get that beer here. The silver goes to Billy and Teresa Wilkes from San Diego, California, with a mixed fermentation sour beer. Yeah. And the gold goes to Sean Thompson from Denver, Colorado, with the Brew Crew and a wild specialty beer. Next is category 33, specialty beer with 90 entries. The bronze goes to Peter Graham from Fishers, Indiana, with a mixed style beer. All right. Silver goes to Brian Stulak from Palm Harbor, Florida, with Pinellas Urban Homebrewers Club, Brewers Guild. Mangled that one. Pub, with an experimental beer. And the gold goes to Mike Butler and Stephanie Butler, Olathe, Kansas, Kansas City Beermeisters, alternative grain beer. All right, so that concludes our beer categories for the competition. 33 beer categories. Congratulations to all you beer brewers out there and those medals you took home. That is an amazing achievement. You did a lot of awesome work there, a lot of crazy and cool stuff. So let's move on to our mead categories. We'll start with category 34, traditional mead, 33 entries. The bronze goes to Shane and Susan Kammerer, Shawnee, Kansas, with the Kansas City Beermeisters, semi-sweet mead. Silver goes to Michael Wilcox, Wichita, Kansas, with Kansas City Beermeisters, semi-sweet mead. And the gold goes to Steve Fletty, Falcon Heights, Minnesota, St. Paul Homebrewers Club, semi-sweet mead. Category 35, Sizer and Piment, 34 entries. The bronze goes to Stephen Wilson, Syracuse, New York, with a Piment. Silver goes to Ashley Earle from Concord, California, Diablo Order of the Miracle Enthusiast, Doze. Sizer, right on. And the gold goes to John Pagano from Carpinteria, California, with a Sizer. Next is category 36, Fruit Mead, 58 entries. A lot of entries. The bronze goes to Bill Boyer, Kennesaw, Georgia, North Georgia Malt Monkeys with a Melomel. Silver goes to Steve Fletty, Falcon Heights, Minnesota, St. Paul Homebrewers Club, Melomel. And the gold goes to Shane and Susan Kammerer, Shawnee, Kansas, Kansas City Beermeisters with a Melomel. Next is category 37, Spice Mead, 49 entries. The bronze goes to John Aitchison, Northridge, California, the Maltose Falcons, Fruit and Spice Mead. Silver goes to Matthew Mead, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Michigan Mead Coalition, Fruit and Spice Mead. And the gold goes to Travis Hammond, Santee, California, Quaff, Fruit and Spice Mead. All right, closing out our mead categories with category 38, Specialty Mead, 46 entries. Last of our mead categories here, the bronze goes to Levon and Yakima Barker, Brookfield, Wisconsin, Experimental Mead. Levon almost didn't get his badge to get in here. We had to let him in because registration closed. Glad we did. The silver goes to Steve Fletty, Falcon Heights, Minnesota, St. Paul Homebrewers Club, Historical Mead. Fletty. And the gold goes to Todd Donnelly, Chardon, Ohio, with Society of Northeast Ohio Brewers, Experimental Mead. Congratulations to all you mead makers out there. Great job to you award winners. All right, with that, we'll move on to our cider and perry categories. We're starting with category 39, Standard Cider and Perry, 58 entries. The bronze goes to Jeff Carlson, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Primetime Brewers with a New World Cider. The silver goes to Richard Schaff, Baldwinsville, New York, with an English cider. That's 3. And the gold goes to Annie Johnson, Seattle, Washington, North Seattle Homebrewers with a French cider. And our final category, category 40, Specialty Cider and Perry with 66 entries. The bronze goes to Jeff Carlson, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Primetime Brewers with a Specialty Cider and Perry. Silver goes to Jeff Carlson, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Primetime Brewers for a cider with herbs and spices. And the gold goes to James Werner, New Berlin, Wisconsin, Beer Barons of Milwaukee, Specialty Cider Perry. So congratulations to all you medal winners out there. Thank you so much. Remember, we're going to go on and move on to our major awards here, but just remember, stick around because we're going to do a big picture, so don't get out of here if you don't hear your name for one of these things. We're going to do this big picture. I'll remind you one more time before we finish. But with that, we will move on to our large awards for the competition. First, we'll be starting with our Cider Maker of the Year award, sponsored by Woodchuck Cider. I'll back up for just a second. For some of these, I'm going to invite our friends up here if we have some of our sponsor friends here, so you might see me turn it over. For Cider Maker of the Year, we have our sponsor, Woodchuck Cider. They are not here, but I will be happy to announce that. The Cider Maker of the Year is determined by the best of show cider in the competition, deemed by our expert panel of judges. So without further ado, our Cider Maker of the Year is James Werner from New Berlin, Wisconsin, Beer Barons of Milwaukee. Congratulations, James. All right, next we'll move on to our Mead Maker of the Year award, sponsored by Redstone Meadery. You saw nothing. Moving on, the Mead Maker of the Year is awarded to the best of show mead in the competition deemed by our expert panel of judges. And without further ado, our Mead Maker of the Year is Shane Kammerer from Shawnee, Kansas, the Kansas City Beer Meisters. Congratulations, Shane. Yeah, give it up. And finally, our last of the year, Homebrewer of the Year is the best of year beer in all of the competitions. So this is the best beer for the entire competition deemed in our judges, and a blind tasting for all of this. The winner for Homebrewer of the Year, sponsored by Muntons, is John Heasley from Portland, Oregon, the Brewing Network. The comment at the table, this was a Baltic Porter. The comment was the table is, this is a perfect Baltic Porter. Pretty impressive. Way to go. All right, moving on. We'll move on to our Samuel Adams Ninkasi Award winner. The Ninkasi Award is given to the individual homebrewer who accumulates the most award points in the competition. Entrants must have at least one entry place in the beer categories. 6 points are awarded for gold, 5 for silver, 4 for bronze. So without further ado, our Samuel Adams Ninkasi Award winner is Richard Schaff, Baldwinsville, New York. Congratulations, Richard. All right, moving on to our Gambrinus Club Award, sponsored by Fermentis. The Gambrinus Club Award is awarded to the club garnering the most final round points per total club entries. So think of this as the batting average award, number of winning points to the number of entries they won. So without further ado, our Gambrinus Club Award is presented by our friends at Fermentis. And the Gambrinus Club Award winner for this year is New York City Homebrewers Guild, New York, New York. Congratulations, guys. And next we'll be presenting our... All right. While they take their picture, I'll talk about the NHC Homebrew Club of the Year Award. The NHC Homebrew Club Award is awarded to the club that accumulates the most total points in all categories of beer, mead, and cider for the competition. Super tight race this year, but only one club can prevail. So, to announce this award, I'll bring up our friends from Breeze Malt and Ingredients to announce the winner.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Bob Hansen from Breeze Malt and Ingredients, homebrew for 33 years. Homebrew clubs make up, the heart of this festival, and I'm very proud to announce that this year's Homebrew Club of the Year goes to the Kansas City Beer Meisters. Guys, give it up for these guys. Great job. Amazing beers, amazing meads all across the board. So, and congratulations to all of you award winners, everybody who entered. Congratulations for doing the amazing stuff that you do and continuing to compete and drive that bar up for all the competition and all of us homebrewers out there. Thanks for being a part of this. Remember, all of you who have the medals, come up here. Let's line up in this alley over here. All of you beautiful faces, let's just kind of combine in around them. We're going to feature this on Zymergy, so let's make this look good, right? For everybody else, I'll turn it over to Julia.
Want to say thank you all, and there's always a next year for those that weren't able to be with us today in person. I'm here to say that HomebrewCon, where we're on site in 2024, we look forward to seeing you all in Denver, Colorado, October 10th through 12th for HomebrewCon. Cheers, everyone.
All right, everybody come on up here. And first of all, we had somebody drop their phone when they came up on stage. So if you're missing your phone, check your pocket. I got it.
If you're a winner, come on up to the front of the stage here.